Alright guys, welcome to a long overdue beer review. I do have a beer here from Cider Meister, accompanied by a nice little letter. Just cover his address there, you know. And that was a really nice touch from Alan. Just a wee bit of chit chat there and what have you. So that was really nice to get that personal touch. Nice indeed. Now, I was given this beer and a few others quite some time ago. This is dated May. Now, is it really that long ago that I got these? Sorry. As I always seem to make excuses in my other videos, I just don't seem to have found the time, you know, and I really wanted to, you know, I didn't want to drink them too early when they turned up because they might not have travelled too well and what have you, so they've been sitting there, they've been chilling down for a while, and I know they're going to be fairly well settled by now, that's for sure. The only thing I really hope is that I haven't left them too long and any hoppiness they had is maybe sort of been diminished somewhat, so if that is the case, I'm truly sorry. I really wanted to try and drink these at their best, but you know, life gets in the way and all that, so finally I have a night. Baby monitor's on, so it could get interrupted by girlfriend's away, so I've actually got the time I can just sit down and enjoy these, you know what I mean. I might not do very good reviews on them, but I'm going to enjoy them anyway. And so this one is of particular interest to me because this is a Mosaic Smash from Alan. The reason of it is of particular importance to me is I'm just about to do my first all grain brew in a bag, and it just so happens I am going to do a Mosaic Smash, pale ale and Mosaic hops, which is exactly what he's done here. So fantastic, really quite excited to try this because it gives me an idea of what I'm going to kind of be looking at myself. The thing that I do find quite unusual is the fact that it's only 2.9%. Now, I've been doing a bit of reading up on brew in a bag and stuff like that, and all grain in general, you know, just because that's where I'm heading. And it seems to be that to get a good flavour in your beer, it seems to kind of warrant or kind of dictate a higher percentage. And I've also read of people saying, you know, their beers are maybe turning out about 7% or whatever, and they want to try and bring them down, but if they bring them down, you just add more water and then you're sort of, the flavour's not so good, or, you know, there's always a million theories floating about the internet for anything that you want to do, but it'll be interesting to try this because it's a low ABV, and if it's got a good taste to it, man, that's going to be really good. Because you don't always want 7 and 8% beers kicking around your house when you just want to, you know, sink one at night before you go to bed or whatever, man. It's not always what you're after. So, you know, a wee 2.93% from time to time, it's just exactly what you need. So it says here, I love these labels, man. It's total farmhouse style, you know, just proper homebrew style. But the fact is, it gives you all the information you need. It tells you the hops, obviously Mosaic. It tells you when we're putting 70, 10 and 5 and flame out. Bitterness 25 IBUs. Final gravity 1012. It even tells you what they're bottle conditioned, you know, for the priming sugar. Half a teaspoon of brewing sugar per bottle. The bottling date and the ABV. The grains and the hops. I mean, that's just brilliant, isn't it? You know, that when you get that as a beer mail, it's fantastic because it just gives you so much info. So it was bottled on the 6th of April 2015. So I've been finding with my kind of hoppy kit beers that the hops seem to die on them pretty fast. So I really hope I've not left this too long and the hops are going to be kind of gone. I'm finding that sort of flavour and aroma hops tend to go, but the bitterness seems to stay, and then you'll end up with a slightly kind of over bitter beer which isn't really balanced up too well. So I'll stop apologising, but if I've left this too long and it's not at its peak, then I'm sorry, Alan. I wanted to try and get this at its peak, as I say. here we go. Here we go. It's pretty cold. I know a lot of people don't like their beers too cold, but I do, you know, and I think you still get the hops coming through, and you know, it warms up as you drink it anyway, so you can get a wee contrast between what it was like and what it ends up being like. Now, I think I've left this to the point where any yeast that's in it is just caked at the bottom, because that is looking like it's running pretty clear right to the end there. Yeah, it's just kind of caked up at the end. Magic. So, these things are never done justice on camera, so I don't expect you to be able to see what I can see, that's for sure. Sorry if I'm just glancing up a wee bit there. I had a problem the last time I recorded on my phone, and I recorded a half an hour video and it recorded a minute or 2 minutes. So I've got a mirror behind the phone so I can see the screen, so I know it's not cut off. God, the lengths you have to go to, man. But I wanted to record it on my phone because it's higher definition than my other camera. So, but yeah, so it's a lovely colour. Looks as if it's got a nice wee bit of carbonation there. Nothing mental, but yeah, nice. Fairly hazy, I'd say. But I mean, I don't really, you know, people bang on about clarity of beers. I couldn't really give a shit, to be honest, man. As long as it tastes good, I don't really care. So, okay. Not a huge amount ahead. Maybe I wasn't very vigorous in my pour there and it required something a wee bit more vigorous. I went for a non-nucleated glass because I didn't want it to go mental. So yeah, as I say, it's a bit cold, so maybe there's not quite as much aroma coming off, but I would imagine that maybe time's not been so kind to the aroma on this one, but still getting some coming off the top, some Mosaic, and you can't really argue with the smell of Mosaic. It's fantastic, isn't it? So I'm just going to dive in. As I say, my beer reviews aren't the greatest, but I'm looking forward to this, and I really appreciate it being sent. So cheers, Alan. Here's to you. Oh, that's delicious. Yeah. First thing I'd say is, I think compared to the beers that I've been drinking lately, they probably have been a little bit higher in percentage. You can tell that it's not massively, you know, weighted in alcohol. I think that's quite obvious, really. But you know, as I say, I'm definitely on the lookout for beers that ain't going to, you know, knock me banjacks after one. You know, just come home from work and sink one, hang around the garden with your family. You don't want to be taking the wee man out of football, you know what I mean, just because you've had a beer. So it's just so refreshing. It's really fantastic. Trying to break it down because I'm just no good at this, you know. I kind of tend to know what I like and I know what I don't like, but I'm really bad at sort of picking things apart and really pinpointing exactly what it is. But just trying to run through stuff in my head, so bear with me a little bit here. Okay. It's quite dry. Generally overall it's pretty dry. Certainly not unpleasantly so, but not overly sweet. There's no sort of sweetness to it that I'm picking out. Fruit flies in this house at the moment drive me insane, and I think I'll liken the smell of this. Yeah, it's a nice lightness to it, you know, it's just really refreshing. I think the low ABV and just it's got a real nice mouthfeel to it as well. Lovely. It's a nice level of bitterness. It's not mental. I mean, what's it saying here? 25 IBUs. I think it's for what it is. It's right amount of bitterness. I think if I'd had this younger, there would have been more hop character to it, because I think it's not knocking you in the face. I mean, I wouldn't expect it to be kind of, IPA bang. Carbonation on it's great, as you can tell me burping away, but it's not crazy streaming up the glass, but it's perfect. It's perfect. I wouldn't change that at all. Absolutely ideal. Yeah. I would definitely say that I've probably left this too long. Just because I can imagine that the hop presence probably would have been more on this. Yeah, it's exciting though, isn't it? Because this is where I'm heading from, Mosaic Smash. So I'm really trying to pull this apart and see the good bits, the bad bits, or the bits you might want to change, or the bits you might want to emulate. But this was Alan's first bog grain, I think. I'm sure, because I'm sure I commented that he'd popped his cherry with this one, and that fair tickled him. So I'm pretty sure this was the one. It says in the letter, actually, the Mosaic Smash, the one where I popped my cherry. So yeah, sorry if I'm I haven't quite done this justice with my review, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it, Alan, I can tell you that. I could quite happily sit in the garden on a hot day and try loads of these, and you can get away with it because it's 2.9. Yes! Brilliant. Okay, well, I'll leave it at that. I don't know if there's much else I can say. I know for head retention, sort of a bit of specialty grains and stuff like that can really help that. I don't know if I particularly did it justice in my port. To be honest, we can try and kick it up a bit. It looks better there, doesn't it? But yeah, maybe a nucleated glass might actually have helped in this instance, but that's a lovely beer, man, and I'm sure you're only going to go from strength to strength in your all grain. So thanks so much for sending me that, and when I get my Smash Mosaic on, hopefully pretty soon, I will definitely send you some up if it's drinkable, because who knows, man, who knows, but yeah, cheers, man, all the best, and there'll be another review coming up for your Clouty Dumpling Stout, so I look forward to that immensely. Cheers, Alan, all the best.